Chapter 11. Joseph. Are you fucking kidding me? Nikki snaps while pacing around my kitchen. You couldn't wait until after my case to pick up a side hustle this big? He stabs my face with his girthy finger. Only, it's not my face. It's a picture of my face on a paper flyer lying on the table. These flyers are all around the city, man. I take a long sip of coffee with my back against the refrigerator. My eyes trail down to the flyer. The upper half of the page is a still image from the video of me leaving Greater Good. This image is the clearest I've seen since those two goons at the gas station brought it to my attention. The image on the flyer reveals the scar along my left cheek as I shield the right side of my face from the stage. Below the image and in all caps letters are the words, "Look away." I shrug. I mean, that could be anybody. No offense, but your face is pretty fucked up, Joseph. You ain't fooling nobody with that scar. Wow. I exhale. That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me. Nicky yanks a chair from under the table and plops himself down. And you want to get me involved in this? What even is this? I think it's a movement, I say, itching the side of my head. I was approached the other night in a gas station by some guys who called me a protester. Looks like now I'm being used as some kind of symbol? I don't know. I pace from one side of the kitchen to the other. Look, I told you what happened. I left during the show, and next thing I know, I'm being noticed by those guys at the gas station. I really think I got a role to play in taking down this show. Nikki, my 11-year-old kid said he wants to be on the damn show himself. My 11-year-old kid, talking about committing suicide on live TV. I lean forward, placing both palms flat on the table. Think about your wife. She ain't my wife, Nikki snaps. Okay, your girlfriend. She ain't my girlfriend. Whatever the hell you want to call her, I shout. She has your kid inside of her. She's about to bring your baby into this world where people are shoving suicide down kids' throats like it's candy. Nikki keeps from making eye contact, but I notice his hard expression soften. I slide the flyer toward him. Yeah, I got a fucked up face, sure, but it's my fucked up face these people are using, not yours. And I guess it's all over the internet and now posted all over town. Regardless, it's a chance for me to make a difference and your chance too. I sit, narrowing my eyes at him. You're not a criminal. You're providing for Tanya and a baby that will be here before you know it. Let's make the world just a little bit better for our families, Nikki. Nikki folds his lips between his teeth, his eyes finally landing on mine. He twists his jaw and releases a few cracks before muttering, "What do you need me to do?" I smirk. Show me how to use social media. Show you how to... Bro. A line shows between his thick brows. You own a phone and you don't know how to use social media? I use my phone to call and text people because that's what a phone is for. Nikki rolls his eyes. What you need social media for? The people already know my face, I explain. They already gave us the name Look Away. The movement has a face and it has a name. The only thing left is a voice. If we get on the internet, we can spread the word like wildfire. You want clout, Nikki states. I want clouds? Clout, he groans, holding back a chuckle. You want views, likes, fame. I want to be an influence. Same thing. He pulls out his phone, dials a number, then lifts it to his ear. If it's clout you want, I know somebody who can get it for you. Clout. I repeat, the words scraping against my tongue like sandpaper. Yeah, let's clout it up. Nikki slowly shakes his head at me, waiting for the call to go through. God, it sounds so cringy when you say it. Cloudy clout, I tease. Joseph, the clout king coming for the clout crown. He cackles, pressing a palm over his face. The two of us laugh and I feel the light veil itself over me despite the dark I've let consume me for the longest time. I feel death at a distance, allowing me to breathe again. There's a chance I might be on the right path for once. It's early afternoon when the doorbell rings. It's only been half an hour since Nikki made the call. The call was brief, which makes me think the person at the door is either good friends with Nikki or not a busy guy because of how quick he got here. I open the door to a teenager with arms so bony they might as well be toothpicks. His hair has been permed into tight curls hanging over his forehead. After inhaling a drag of his green e-cigarette, he exhales a cloud of smoke into my face. What's up with it, Nikki? He greets in a high-pitched tone. Was that English? I flinch as Nikki lunges forward to hug the kid. The two couldn't be more different, and they hug like they've known each other for years. As they pull away from each other, Nikki pats the kid on the back so hard I'm almost positive I heard something crack. This is my little cousin, Biscuit. I pinch my eyebrows together, confused. Biscuit? Biscuit, the kid corrects me. It's like biscuit, but with the Z and a K in the middle. He lifts his chin, still thinking this through. And without the U. So not like Biscuit at all, I reply coolly. Nikki's cousin ignores me, strutting into my house and toward the kitchen.
Hey yo, this place is off the chain, fam!
His voice gets quieter the farther he gets.
I'm digging the orange plaid.
I'm sorry, but how is this kid supposed to help us? I asked Nikki, the two of us standing side by side at the doorway. Biscuit is a social media wizard, he replies, placing a heavy hand on my shoulder. He's got millions of followers online. Every hip-hop artist in the Bronx goes to him for their music videos and to get advice on how to go viral. You want clout? Biscuit will get you clout. Nikki and I have to walk through a cloud of e-cig smoke to get into my own kitchen. I blow it out on my face to see Nikki's cousin taking a selfie with my TV.
Is this vintage?
He asks without looking up from his phone.
My followers are asking where they can get one.
I ignore his questions. Why do people call you Biscuit?
Because I'm always making that bread. Like, always making that money.
He gives Nikki a fist pump. I don't think a biscuit is a type of bread, I reply. He ponders my comment before lifting his phone to his lips.
Hey yo Siri, is a biscuit a type of bread?
A colorful sound wave appears on his phone screen. Through the speaker, a female voice responds.
A biscuit can be considered a type of bread. However, biscuits typically have a different texture and recipe compared to traditional bread.
Nikki's cousin smirks up at me.
Hey yo, you hear that? I'm a different texture compared to the traditional. That's facts.
He winks, then slips his phone back into his pocket.
Nikki, you obviously haven't told this boomer about me yet. My name's Kit, but I go by Biscuit because it's weird and people like weird shit. It's verbal clickbait.
What's clickbait? I ask. Biscuit lets out a patronizing laugh.
My guy, clickbait is what baits you into clicking on something. It tricks you into engaging with a video or a photo.
I process his explanation, confusion etched all over my face.
Look, it worked like a charm on you, he continues, making his way to my refrigerator. You first heard my name 5 minutes ago, and you've been thinking about it since. Now, here we are still talking about it. Biscuit is the bait, you clicked, and now you're engaged.
Holy shit. I've known this kid for 5 minutes, and he's already proven his ability to get my attention and keep it. Here I am, fixated on this kid's internet alias,
which is exactly what the look away movement needs. Just call me Kit, Kit says while opening the fridge.
No beer?
Beer? You're a kid, I snap.
Joseph's been sober 5 years, Nikki chimes in from the couch.
Bet,
Kit takes a drag of his e-cig.
And I'm no kid. I'll be 19 in a month.
He hops onto the couch from behind.
All right, let's talk. Now you know who I am and I know who you are.
You know who I am? I ask, pulling up a chair from the kitchen. I sit halfway between the couch and TV, my eyes flicking between Nikki and Kit, who take up the whole couch. What do you know about me?
I'll tell you who you are based on what I know. You're a good-looking guy in your late 30s from the Bronx. You got a rad scar, kind of like Harry Potter. It's giving Chosen One. Nikki told me you got a kid in a wheelchair and that you're a lawyer who's mad witty and you're quick with your hands. Magic tricks and shit. Recently, you went to see Greater Good live and you were filmed and photographed leaving mid-show. Since then, those videos of you looking away from the stage went viral, making you the face of this look away movement for people who want to take Greater Good off TV. Am I wrong?
Nikki and I shake our heads. He continues, using his hands to paint an imaginary picture.
Okay, broski. I told you who you are. Now I'm going to tell you why the world needs you. Since Greater Good aired its first episode, my followers have been messaging me, opening up about how they're depressed, and some have even considered committing suicide. They're brainwashed, reaching out to me for help. In the past month, I personally know a handful of kids who have taken their own lives. They all had one thing in common. They were big fans of Greater Good.
He jumps to his feet and paces around the living room.
If we can turn you into an influencer who chooses life over death, your platform might actually be able to save people from Greater Good's tainted influence on them. Exactly.
I raise a palm toward Kit.
That's exactly what we need to do.
Kit sits on the couch and places both hands on my shoulders.
Picture this. You, Joseph. Your nickname? Life's Lifeline. You become a prophet preaching the greatest good there is, life itself. Right now, the big media networks are losing all their viewers to social media influencers like me. They're desperate to keep the crowd's attention, which is why they're getting away with a show like Greater Good. Call me a conspiracy theorist or call me crazy. But all these media titans and big companies have worked together for decades to keep the people of this world depressed and distracted. They tested the crowd for decades, seeing how much they can get away with. And what we're witnessing is the greatest test of our generation. That's where you come in. We use your face and voice to expose greater good for what it truly is, a ploy to keep the crowd from seeing the beauty life has to offer. Nikki and I exchange a wide-eyed glance. The passion in Kit's voice radiates, his vision fueling a fire within my soul I never knew existed. A month ago, I was scavenging for cash, wallowing in my own misery. Now here I am, becoming an influence for the Look Away movement, a movement I started without even realizing it. It's all coming together without me hardly putting in an effort. Now, I'm forced to consider the effect of me putting all my effort into this thing as life's lifeline. It's got a nice ring to it, doesn't it? Kit takes a long drag of his e-cig and exhales a cloud of smoke between us. When it clears, Kit's eyes lock on mine. Don't move! He points his phone at me and the camera light turns on. What do you want to tell the people who watch Greater Good? My heart begins to race. My eyes pan around the living room as I ponder where to start. Nikki and Kit eagerly await my response. I've never been asked to speak in front of a camera. My body tenses and my breaths become shallow until Nikki gives me an encouraging nod. I inhale, then I exhale until my nerves calm. I tuck a few curls behind my ear, then clear my throat. My name is Joseph VERITA. Don't stutter, Kit hisses. I blink at him. My name is Joseph VERITA. I'm a lawyer. Your life's lifeline, Kit hisses again. I narrow my eyes at him before looking back into the camera lens. You got this, Joseph. I close my eyes, remembering Ben's words. You've struggled a great deal, and I truly believe that God is calling you to accomplish something great. I open myself up to the ethereal presence I felt working through Ben that night in the diner. Its warmth flows through me, filling me with a new form of confidence and clarity. I exhale, refusing to let years of struggling go to waste. My name is Joseph VERITA, leader of the Look Away movement. For years, death has stood at my doorstep. I've struggled in ways others could never imagine, and I know there are people watching this who have struggled in ways I could never imagine. I lean toward the phone, resting my elbows on my knees. I've met death. I've seen how death works, and believe me when I say death is working through greater good. I saw it with my own eyes when it took my wife 5 years ago. Since then, death has lingered, trying to convince me that my life is not worth living. It's been tough, but I managed to look away and you can too. My voice raises, overflowing with conviction. So I beg you, don't give in to your morbid curiosity because death is using it to take over your mind. Stop watching before it's too late. Death is coming for your mind and it all starts with your eyes. So please, look away. The living room is still, silent. The camera light turns off and Kit lowers the phone onto his lap, his jaws hanging toward the floor. Nikki leans back, grinning cheek to cheek.
Damn,
he mutters with a look of appreciation.
That's some good shit right there.
You're him, Kit adds, turning the phone screen toward me. You're the guy the world needs right now. I see myself on the screen, the video filmed vertically. I'm perfectly centered, sitting on the folding chair in the middle of my living room. Orange plaid covers the wall behind me, the color popping against the black screen of the vintage TV set. The plug hangs from the back of the TV. I see myself again, this time in a new light. I see a leader. Life's lifeline in its fight against death.
You think you can work with that?
Nikki asks Kit. Easy, Kit replies. I'll run Joseph's social media accounts and get my crew to share and blow up his profiles. They'll repost at all the best times with the right captions and hashtags. We can work around all these antics these media companies will use to try to silence us. Joseph will be all over the internet in no time. We jump at the sound of the front door shutting. Nikki and Kit look at me for direction, but it's too late. Joseph? Ava chirps from the hall. She stutter steps into the kitchen. Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't know we had guests. Stevie rolls into the room behind Ava. His eyes widen at the sight of Nikki. Dad, I didn't know you had friends. He gasps at the sight of Kit. Biscuit! Kit turns to me with a smirk on his face. Clickbait, he mouths before turning back to Stevie. What's up with it? I roll my eyes. What's up with it? I'm a huge fan. Everyone at school watches your videos. Stevie replies, his eyes filled with admiration as Kit high-fives him. Dad, your face is all over school. Everyone is talking about you. Ava subtly lifts a handful of look-away flyers from his backpack. I flash a not-so-confident smile, my eyebrows raised. Oh, would you look at that? Stevie excitedly makes his way to the center of the living room beside me. Are you guys friends of my dad's? Nikki looks at me for a response. I shrug. You obviously already know Biscuit. This is Nikki. He's my client.
Friend.
Nikki interrupts.
I'm your dad's friend.
I smirk at his reply. This might sound weird, but I want Nikki to call me his friend again and again. Do friends even do that kind of thing? Call each other friends over and over? If not, then they should start. It feels good, having friends. Nikki extends his massive hand towards Stevie.
I'm also your neighbor. What's up, little man?
Sup? Stevie shakes his hand, smiling ear to ear. Are you guys staying for dinner? Everyone in the room turns to me. I bite my lip, contemplating an answer. It was only a matter of time before Ava and Stevie met Nikki. Kid is a rare breed I'm still trying to understand, but Stevie already seems to idolize the kid. What the hell. I stand from my seat. You're both staying for dinner. As I step around the couch, I give Nikki a nudge. Invite her. He turns away, attempting to hide his grin. Everybody stay put, Ava announces. I need to pick up more food. Bet, Kit shouts while kicking off his shoes. Grab some beer too, will you? Nikki smacks him beside the head.
This ain't your house.
Stevie giggles at the two of them bickering. I catch up to Ava a few steps from the front door. A couple of beers for them is fine, I whisper, handing her cash. You mean a couple beers for your friends? She corrects me with a wink. I blush, holding back a laugh. Yeah, a couple beers for my friends. Never in a million years did I think I would be having dinner with this many people in my kitchen. The five of us laugh and marvel at the stories shared between the group. From stories about Kit meeting obsessed fans, to Nikki getting drunk with his parole officer, the moment is far from dull. Stevie's googly eyes widen every time Kit makes pop culture references that go right over my head. I study his fascination and respect for Kit. All I could ever ask is for Stevie to look at me the same way. I'm not jealous. I don't get jealous. If anything, I'm inspired to make a name for myself in the public eye like Kit. The room goes quiet at the sound of a knock on the back door. Nikki stands and opens it. Tanya's bulging belly is the first to slip into the room, then her pretty face. How's everyone doing? She greets warmly. I know it's not much, but I brought dessert. She holds up what looks like a cake. It's a valiant effort at baking a cake, that's for sure. Ava leaps out of her seat to take the cake off Tanya's hands. It looks wonderful. You must be Tanya. I'm Ava. So nice to finally meet you. Pleasure's mine. Tanya replies smoothly. Nikki is timid as he helps Tanya into her seat. I clap my hands, then hand her a plate. The party has arrived, she laughs. I already know you bunch are up to no good with Biscuit in this house. Me? Up to no good? Kit smirks. If fighting the most powerful TV network in the country is no good, then I'm the baddest there is. He points his fork in my direction. All because I'm working for Life's Lifeline over here. Ava turns to me and tilts her head. Life's Lifeline? The leader of the Look Away movement, Kit replies while chewing. We're gonna take down Greater Good and breathe life back into this bitch.
Easy, Kit,
Nikki mutters, giving Kit a side eye. Is this about the flyers? Ava asks me, worried. You're gonna play the role these people are giving you? I fill my chest with air. Before I can answer, Stevie shouts. So it is true. You're gonna protest the show. Dad, that's so badass. Everyone's talking about you at school. I mean, most of them don't like you for going against their favorite show, but who cares what they think? Fuck their opinions. Hell yeah, little man, Kit squeaks, giving Stevie a high five across the table. Language, I warn Stevie sternly. And yeah, I'm gonna take down the show. My eyes lock on Ava's. Her eyebrows draw apart, a look of unease. I'm doing this for the people who don't think life is worth living, I assure her. I'm gonna show the broken people in this world that it's not too late to be fixed the way I've been fixed. Ava nods, though she is far from assured that I'm making the right call. I catch Stevie looking at me the way he looked at Kit earlier, his gaze filled with admiration. I lift my chin, my eyes hovering over the table. Support me or not, I think this is it. This is my calling. I've felt it pulling at me since the night I walked out of that show, and I can't shake the feeling no matter how hard I try. I confess. I support you. Everyone turns to Stevie as he straightens himself in his chair. You promised me you'd fix my chair, and you fixed it. You promised me you'd fix the front door, and you fixed it. Since Mom died, you've just felt bad for yourself, and this is your chance to stop. You can even get other people to not feel bad for themselves at the same time. This is your chance to fix the whole world. I support you, Ava adds cautiously. You know I've always supported you. I just hope you know what you're up against. The media and whoever's running Greater Good. I place my hand on hers and give it a squeeze.
I've got your back.
Nikki says from across the table. He wraps his arm around Tanya, then adds,
We got your back.
Kit blows a few rings of smoke over the table. You know I support you, Mr. Lifeline. My arms are covered in chills, the appreciation and love bouncing off the walls. This is the most people I've had in this house, and it pains me to imagine having any less in it. I used to tell myself I didn't deserve half as much as I have right now. Maybe that's true, but regardless, I intend to be grateful for what I have now. Where do we start? I ask Kit, who's fixated on his phone. We already started, he replies without looking up. What we filmed of you today is an amazing start. For the next few days, I'll show you the ins and outs of social media. We'll get content of you talking about Look Away, and I'll teach you how to connect with your followers. But first, he slides his phone across the table and I stop it under my palm. We need to get you back inside of Mendax. I lift the phone, reading the headline written across a graphic posted by Mendax. Mendax now offering studio tours. Get a glimpse behind the scenes of Greater Good.